Before you hear the unbelievable act of kindness that completely changed one of the most difficult days in Zhao Lusi's life, make sure you stay until the very end, because what Wu Lei did behind the scenes left an entire production team speechless. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it coming. What began as an ordinary day filled with pressure and uncertainty suddenly transformed into a moment so powerful that people would continue talking about it long after the cameras stopped rolling. Some stories become popular because of drama. Others become unforgettable because of genuine emotion. This is one of those stories. If you enjoy emotional fictional stories filled with heartwarming surprises, shocking twists, unforgettable moments, and powerful connections, subscribe now and turn on notifications because this journey becomes more incredible with every chapter. The morning began under gray skies. Clouds covered the city. A cool breeze swept through the filming location. Normally, Zhao Lusi arrived with a bright smile and endless energy. That day felt different. Very different. Several crew members noticed immediately. Her usual enthusiasm seemed missing. The cheerful greetings were shorter. The laughter was quieter. Even her closest colleagues sensed something unusual. Nobody wanted to pry. Everyone assumed she was simply tired. After all, filming schedules had become demanding. Long hours, intense scenes, constant pressure. Anyone would feel exhausted. Yet the truth was much deeper than simple fatigue. Earlier that morning, Zhao Lusi had received unexpected news. News that left her shaken. News that made it difficult to concentrate. Although she tried her best to remain professional, the emotional weight followed her everywhere. Every conversation felt distant. Every task felt heavier. Every moment required extra effort. Still, she refused to complain. She continued working. She continued smiling. She continued pretending everything was fine. But sometimes even the strongest people struggle to hide their emotions. As filming began, the challenges became more obvious. Simple scenes required additional takes. Lines she normally delivered effortlessly suddenly became difficult. The director remained patient. The cast remained supportive. Yet everyone could see she was fighting an invisible battle. Hours passed. The atmosphere around the set grew increasingly concerned. Nobody knew exactly what was wrong. They only knew that something was. Meanwhile, Wu Lei observed everything quietly. Unlike many others, he paid close attention. He noticed the forced smiles, the distant expressions, the moments when Zhao Lusi would stare into space between scenes. He noticed things most people overlooked. At first he said nothing. He simply watched. He listened. He waited. By midday the situation became more difficult. A particularly emotional scene was scheduled. The scene required complete focus, complete commitment, complete emotional presence. Normally, Zhao Lusi excelled in scenes like these. Yet that afternoon, something happened. Halfway through filming, she suddenly stopped. The cameras stopped rolling. The set fell silent. Nobody moved. For a brief moment, it seemed as though time itself had paused. Zhao Lusi lowered her gaze. She attempted to continue. She tried to regain focus. Yet the emotions she had been suppressing all day finally became overwhelming. The silence that followed felt endless. Crew members exchanged concerned looks. The director gently called for a break. Nobody questioned the decision. Everyone understood. As Zhao Lusi quietly walked away from the set, the atmosphere became heavy. People wanted to help. People wanted to comfort her. Yet nobody knew how. Meanwhile, Wu Lei disappeared without saying a word. Several crew members assumed he had gone to prepare for his next scene. Others thought he was reviewing scripts. Nobody realized he was planning something entirely different. Nearly 30 minutes later, filming remained paused. The production team continued waiting. Some wondered whether the schedule would need major adjustments. Others worried about Zhao Lusi. Then something unexpected happened. Wu Lei returned. But he was not alone. Behind him were several crew members carrying boxes. Large boxes. Everyone looked confused. What was happening? Nobody had an answer. Without explaining anything, Wu Lei approached the director. The two exchanged a brief conversation. The director's expression immediately changed. First confusion, then surprise, then admiration. Minutes later, an announcement echoed throughout the filming location. Everyone was invited to gather inside the main studio. Curiosity spread instantly. People left their stations. Actors arrived. Assistants arrived. Camera operators arrived. Nobody understood what was happening. When Zhao Lusi finally entered the studio, she froze. The room looked completely different. Decorations filled the space. Photographs covered one wall. Messages covered another. Soft lights illuminated the entire room. At the center stood something even more surprising. A giant display containing hundreds of handwritten notes. Every note came from someone connected to the production. Actors, crew members, directors, writers, assistants, friends. Each message contained words of encouragement, words of appreciation, words of support. Zhao Lusi stared at the display in complete disbelief. The room remained silent. Then Wu Lei stepped forward.
His voice was calm.
You spend so much time encouraging everyone else. Today we wanted to remind you that you are not alone. The words immediately changed the atmosphere. Several crew members became emotional. Others smiled. Some quietly wiped tears from their eyes. Zhao Lusi remained speechless. Completely speechless. Yet the surprises were not over. Not even close. Wu Lei pointed toward the large screen positioned at the front of the room. The lights dimmed. A video began playing. What appeared next shocked everyone. Messages from people Zhao Lusi had helped throughout her career. Former colleagues, friends, mentors, staff members. Each shared a story. A moment when Zhao Lusi had offered support. A moment when she had inspired someone. A moment when she had made a difficult day easier. One story followed another, each more emotional than the last. The room grew quieter with every passing minute. The realization slowly became impossible to ignore. Over the years, Zhao Lusi had touched countless lives. Many people remembered her kindness. Many people remembered her encouragement. Many people remembered moments she herself had forgotten. As the final message ended, silence filled the room. Not an uncomfortable silence, a meaningful silence. The kind that appears when emotions become too powerful for words. Then came the final surprise. Wu Lei handed Zhao Lusi a small notebook. At first glance it seemed ordinary, yet inside were hundreds of messages. Every person working on the production had contributed something. Some messages were funny. Some were heartfelt. Some expressed gratitude. Others shared personal memories. Together they created something extraordinary. A reminder of how valued she truly was. A reminder of how many people cared. A reminder she desperately needed that day. For several seconds, Zhao Lusi could not speak. The emotions were overwhelming. The effort, the thoughtfulness, the kindness. Everything felt impossible to describe. Finally, she managed a smile. A genuine smile. The first genuine smile anyone had seen all day. Applause immediately filled the studio. Not because anyone instructed people to clap. Because the moment felt unforgettable. Because everyone understood what they had witnessed. Because everyone understood the significance. Yet what happened next surprised people even more. Rather than ending the gathering immediately, Wu Lei suggested something unexpected. He invited everyone to share one positive memory. One by one, people stepped forward. Stories filled the room. Funny stories. Inspiring stories. Heartwarming stories. Each revealed another side of Zhao Lusi. Another reason people admired her. Another reason she mattered. The atmosphere transformed completely. The difficult day slowly became something else. Something beautiful. Something unforgettable. Hours later, filming resumed. Yet everything felt different. The energy had changed. The smiles felt genuine. The atmosphere felt lighter. Most importantly, Zhao Lusi seemed transformed. Not because her challenges disappeared. Not because life suddenly became perfect. Because she had been reminded she was surrounded by people who cared. As production continued, word about the event spread rapidly. People who had not been present heard the story. Industry professionals discussed it. Friends shared it. Colleagues admired it. Everyone reached the same conclusion. What Wu Lei had done was extraordinary, not because it involved grand gestures, not because it attracted attention, because it came from genuine compassion, because it arrived exactly when someone needed it most. Months later, many people forgot specific filming schedules. Many forgot production meetings. Many forgot ordinary details.
But nobody forgot that day.
Nobody forgot the moment an entire room came together for one person. Nobody forgot the moment kindness became more important than deadlines. Nobody forgot what Wu Lei did for Zhao Lusi. And perhaps that is why the story remained unforgettable. Because true kindness has a way of creating memories that last forever. Long after applause fades. Long after filming ends. Long after the cameras stop rolling. People remember how someone made them feel. People remember who stood beside them during difficult moments. People remember acts of compassion that arrive when they are needed most. And on that unforgettable day, Wu Lei gave Zhao Lusi something more valuable than words. He gave her a reminder that she was never facing her struggles alone. If you enjoyed this emotional fictional story, leave a comment sharing what part touched you the most, and subscribe for more dramatic stories filled with unforgettable twists, emotional journeys, surprising revelations, and heartwarming moments that stay with you long after the final chapter ends.